Greetings of the day to you all. Welcome to you all. And welcome to Prof. Neil. Last time we discussed about role models who inspire us and who inspire me. Generically, the army officer as a role model who leads his men. And of course, Mahatma Gandhi, whom I believe to be the greatest ever human being who walked this earth, for inspiring so many countless number of people across generations. And today, as promised, I bring you role models from the world of art and from the arena of sports. First, the role model from the world of art, Sudha Chandran. In her teenage years in 1981, this promising Bharatanatyam dancer was involved in a bus accident. Her leg was amputated, one of her legs. That didn't deter her. She got a Jaipur foot and she danced her way back into life. Andhra Pradesh, a Telugu producer, read about her story in the media and decided to make a film in her, casting her as the heroine. Nache Mayuri. That film was made into very many languages, super hit. From there, Sudha Chandran became an actor, and she still dances. And can you imagine? Bharatanatyam is one dance in which you have to sit down, get up, sit down, get up very many times. And you have to hit the earth with your legs. And imagine doing that with your one leg amputated and with a Jaipur foot. What agony and pain that girl would have gone through to finally make it where she is today. And she still does it. Sudha Chandran is special to me because she's family to me. She's my first cousin's daughter. And when I got paralyzed, left side, completely, she was the person who I looked up to inspire me. I admire her for what she is. I have seen her when she was a teenager, before the accident, and how she's made herself to be a celebrity, a role model after the accident. Coming to the world of sports, two Olympics. Wilma Rudolph, the American black athlete, diagnosed with scarlet fever and pneumonia at a very tender age. Because of that, she developed polio in her legs. She could not walk. But her mother put on a brace and made her walk. Short distances, very longer distances. Very slowly, Wilma started enjoying walking. Started walking slowly, steadily. Started walking fast. Started walking faster. And then she started running. That didn't stop. She ran her way into the US team to represent the US team for the Olympics. And she went to the Olympics, and that too, mind you, in the sprints, she won a gold medal. Wilma Rudolph. That's the inspiring role model. From her teenage years, I've been reading about those people. The next hero, Karoli Tokacs, the Hungarian shooter, who used to shoot with his right hand. Pistol event, the pistol rapid fire event was a speciality. He was assured of a gold in the 1936 Olympics, but he could not be taken into the team because, as per the Hungarian army rules, he was a sergeant and only officers could go. He waited till 1940 games, but 1940 and 1944 got cancelled because of World War II. He had to wait till 1948 to participate in the London Olympics. In the meantime, what happened? Handling a defective grenade, his right hand, his shooting arm got blasted. They wrote him off. But Karoli Tokacs had different plans for himself and for the world. He went into a private place and started shooting with his left hand. He started practicing to shoot with his left hand. And when the squad selection for the competition started in Hungary for the 1948 London Games, Karoli Tokacs returned back into the public eye. All his teammates commiserated with him, expressed their regret, expressed their remorse. He said, "No, I don't want all that. Come here to shoot, I want to compete." He made it to the Hungarian team, and in the 1940 Olympics, London Olympics, and the 1952 Helsinki Olympics, he won the gold medal, the first disabled athlete in the Olympics to win a gold medal twice, and the only shooter to have won a gold medal in the rapid fire event then. Stuff of legends, isn't that? And coming to the other legend from the beautiful game, football. His full name, Manuel Francisco dos Santos, better known as Garincha, little bird in Portuguese. Garincha was born with a spinal deformity, and his left leg bent outwards, his right leg shorter by 9 inches, bent, curved inwards. But somehow he developed a fancy for, and that made that ensured that he became bow-legged, playing football on the streets. And the 1958 World Cup saw Garincha playing in the match against Russia on the right as a right winger, with the legend Pele in the center, both making the debut. And as a famous sports writer has written about Garincha, he was like Bruce Lee in action. He would run a little bit, stop a little bit, hit one player, that is in football terms, dribble past him, stop, dribble past another, go through another. Likewise, you do that. And he turned this deformity into an opportunity. He mastered the art of kicking a free kick, he has patented the dry leaf kick, the falling dry leaf kick, where the ball would fall like a dry leaf in the wind. It would go anywhere. So imagine if the goalkeeper's trauma of being a goalkeeper when Garincha shoots at a free kick, the ball could go anywhere. And his devastating banana kicks on the corners were fantastic. And 1958, he won the World Cup for Brazil, the first of the World Cup for them. And 1962, in the absence of Pele, who got injured, Garincha almost single-handedly won the World Cup for Brazil. That's Garincha for you. He was not there in the next World Cup, 78 Mexico. But that's a different story that's a story for another day why he was not there. But this deformity, he made it into an opportunity. The next role model from the arena of sports, two Indians. Bhagwat Subramanian Chandrasekhar, polio affected since his childhood, loved to bowl, started bowling, and joined the Indian cricket team. And he has bowled 1,500 overs almost in his lifetime. Officially, not in the first class games only, first class games and test matches, etc. And one day hours. And as Vivian Richards, the master, says about him, he's quoted as saying, Chandra's faster one is faster than Thomas, referring to Thompson, legendary fast bowler of Australia. That was Chandrasekhar, who turned his polio-affected weak arm into an opportunity to bowl. A spin bowler, a great bowler, one of the finest spin bowlers ever in the world. His captain, Mansoor Ali Khan Pataudi, Tiger Pataudi, was blind in one eye, the right eye. He battled against the world's finest the most fastest bowlers with one eye. He led India to its first overseas victory in New Zealand, 1968. That's Tiger for you. And he was a brilliant fielder, better than John T. Rhodes, old-timers say, who've seen both. He would field the covers. But unlike John T., he was not very dramatic. He used to just quietly field and make his presence felt. Just try the index. You can just try to understand the index of difficulty. Close one eye and throw something in the air and try to catch it. And imagine a leather ball coming at you at 50 or 60 kilometers per hour, and you're batting with one bat. That's it. And somewhere in the 1960s, he had a hamstring injury, and at Melbourne, he made 75 and 85 76 and 85 against the world's fastest bowlers then. Batting on one leg with one eye. That's Tiger Pataudi. So thank you very much. And we shall see you next session with Jonathan Livingston Seagull. I'll introduce you to Jonathan Livingston Seagull. Take care. Bye-bye. Good day.